welcome or welcome back. My name's Joanne and today I have a super exciting introduction to a new project that I haven't really seen anyone do. As you can tell from the title, it's called Palette Chaos. It's inspired by a couple people, so I'm going to explain that first. Actually, before I explain that, this look, I was going to film this tomorrow, but I really like my look today. And this is my Valentine's look. I'll have it linked if you're interested, and I will have all the products that I used on my face linked in the description box as well, along with the people that I'm about to mention. So first is Deb B. She has a project called Eyes, which stands for Enjoy Your Eyeshadows. So that really doesn't have any parameters or like rules except for the fact that it has to have anything to do with your eyes. So you can use any like eyeshadows you want, any eyeliners, anything, and you just go on and talk about everything that you used for the month and talk about your favorite thing and your least favorite thing, which I think is a really cool idea. You get to use whatever you want. And then also Sofie Alexandra. Last year she had an Eyemageddon project pan. I think that focused on single eyeshadows. And then this year she has her big fat eyeshadow project pan. I think that's what it's called. I'm sorry if it's wrong. Again, I'll have both their channels linked down below so you can check them out. But I want to do something a little similar, but not quite. And I couldn't figure out what exactly it was that I wanted to do until recently, and then came Palette Chaos. So basically what I want to do is I want to focus on any palettes in my collection, whether that's eyeshadow palettes, cheek palettes, and you can join in as well. Just let me know if you are, and I will link you in the description box so other people can check you out. Any palettes that you have, lip palettes if you have any, concealer palettes, anything that has more than one product in it, I would say can count for this. And basically, you just set your own goal for each palette. It can be the same goal for all your palettes, or it can be different depending on the palette, which is what I have because my brain is chaotic and everything has to have its own thing. Yeah, and then you can roll things in and out as you wish, so you don't even have to meet your goals. So for example, I have a palette where I want to hit as many pans as possible, and if it gets to a point where I'm like, you know what, I've had enough use on this, I want to roll it out, I can do that without hitting pan at all if I really wanted to. I just want this to be very chill, but also setting goals for myself. So yes, I do have a pan that palette, and that's going to stay separate. I will have that linked down below if you're interested in what palette I'm panning. I think that's it. And I guess without further ado, I'm going to talk about the palettes that I have in this project. So I have two palettes that I have just for usage. The rest have some type of hit pan goal. But the first I'm going to talk about is the Huda Beauty Naughty Nude palette. I own 3 of her palettes because they went half off, and I was like, yes, I'm gonna pick them up. So, oh, don't fall, please. Okay. In case you don't know, this is what it looks like. And this was the, how do you call it? It was like that clearest shade that she has. I scraped it out. I don't like it. But my goal for this palette and the palette that I'm going to be talking about next is at least no pan left behind, but I would like to try to get to 10 uses. Hopefully that's doable. I'm not sure because I don't do my makeup every day. And again, I do have a pan that palette that I'm trying to use up this year. Will it happen? I don't know. I might just try to hit pan on every shade first and then see how that goes. Yeah, so no pan left behind and 10 uses for this palette. And then my next palette with the same goal is my Natasha Denona Glam palette. I do have it on my inner corner today. I mixed... Oh yeah, also this palette is rearranged, so it's not going to look like how it normally does. This is what mine looks like. I use this shade in the middle and this shade right here mixed together on my inner corner. I think it's really pretty, but I love cool tones. I feel like as it gets warmer, I'm going to get back into warm tones, but right now I love my cool tones. Same goal for this one. no pen left behind, and 10 uses. And then, like I said, the rest of my palettes have a goal of some sort of hitting pan. So first, we're going to be talking about my Baddie Bean and Shroud Cosmetics It's Frickin' Bats palette. And my goal is to hit pan on 2 shades. So this is what that looks like. Honestly, I think one of them is going to be 0. This is my favorite shade in the palette. And I would like it to be one of the mattes. I don't know if it's going to be, because these mattes are kind of similar to my Pan That palette. Except this purple is a little darker, and this, I don't have a shade like this in my Pan That palette. But part of me feels like it's going to be 2 shimmers. Again, I'm pretty sure 0 is going to be one of them. I mean, it already has a little bit of usage in it. It's really pretty. It's like a purple blue shift, and those are my vibe right now. So hit 2 pans is the goal for this one. And then my next palette, I have 3 more palettes, 2 eyeshadow palettes and a face palette. So my next goal is my Colourpop Lizzie McGuire What Dreams Are Made Of palette. And really for this, I would like to hit pan on every shade. I don't know if that's doable though. So I really just have written down hit as many pans as I can this year. Yeah, I'm hoping I can hit pan on all these shades. But again, I have a Pan That palette that I'm going to be focusing on. I need to try to figure out how to incorporate other shades with that Pan That palette. Because right now I'm like zoned in on it. It's kind of bad. I mean, it's good, but it's also bad because I don't do my makeup all that often. So every time I do my makeup, I want to reach for my Pan That palette so I get as much use as possible. But I have to realize it's okay. It's okay to use other things. Like I used something else today. It's okay. But yeah, I'm sure I could incorporate some of these shades with shades from my Pan That palette, which is the Adept Heather Austin palette. I would like to try to hit pan on every shade in here, but as many pans as I can throughout the year. And then my last eyeshadow palette is my Blend Bunny Blends palette. And this is what it looks like. It's just a matte rainbow palette, and my goal for this is the same as my Colourpop one, just to hit as many pans as I can this year. It kind of intimidates me to try to hit pan on every shade. I would love to hit pan on every shade, but it kind of intimidates me. Obviously, I'm pretty sure the first shade is going to be Cream and Sugar. Like, can you see that dip? Oh, that is reflecting really bad. I'm so sorry. I don't know. Can you see the dip? I don't know if you can see the dip. I use that as an inner corner a lot of the time because I just like a matte white inner corner. So my goal for this is to hit as many pans as I can this year. Just to get, I just want to get so much use out of some of my palettes. Actually, out of all my palettes. And I thought that this would be a good project to introduce and try to get me out of the mindset of only using my Pan That palette, because I want to be able to use other things. And then, like I said, my final palette is a face palette. It's actually a highlighter palette. It is what I'm wearing today. And it's the Blend Bunny Noctilucent palette. Can you tell I love Blend Bunny? They're one of my favorite brands, so not surprising to me. But my goal for this palette is to hit at least 1 pan. I like to hit at least 1 pan. It's honestly probably going to be in Transient, which is the green, or Apparition, the blue, because those are just the two, like the bluish purple. And those are just the two that I reach for the most in this palette. I'm using Phenomena today, which is really pretty. I mean, it's a little pinky, which goes with the Valentine's theme. I'm really excited to just keep Oop, I almost dropped it. I'm just really excited to keep using this, and yeah, so hit at least 1 pan in this palette this year. So there's the introduction to my new project pan. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know if you would like to join. That'd be so fun. And if you did enjoy this video, I would really appreciate it if you gave it a big ol' thumbs up and even subscribe to my channel. That'd be greatly appreciated. And with that being said, I hope you have a great day, a great night, whatever time it is for you. And I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.